Sup, Squall? Squall, Leonhard Seed. Good, excellent. You're a gunbreaker. You know, this person knew what they wanted to do and they did it. Hello, and welcome back to Final Fantasy XIV, A Realm Reborn. We're back on that main quest. I did a little bit between sessions, but not much. I don't think I did, like, really anything of note. Just, like, hung out of maybe played some Triple Triad. I played some Triple Triad because we ran into someone that had Triple Triad cards last game, and I was like, that's not worth my time during stream. I shouldn't do that. So I went back and I got all their cards after. That's what it was. I remembered it was something, but nothing important. But we just went on a long quest line, which resulted in us being told, you know what? None of that worked. Go back to Minfilia. So, so here we are. Hello, Tataru.
Good morning, Darcy. I trust your investigation is faring well.
It's going fine. Alright, Minfilia, do I have a quest for you to let me turn in?
Welcome back, Darcy. I'm reliably informed the investigation took you to Quarry Mill and Little Alhamigo.
That's true.
So tell me, were you able to learn aught of La Habrea?
Wait, I was? I don't think so. I think I wasn't, actually.
Planted the knowledge of summoning in impressionable young minds, you say? Precisely the kind of deception the Asians would employ. While many of the ills that all the land can be attributed...
Let's try that one again.
While many of the ills that all the land...
Got it, I figured it out.
While many of the...
No, I don't. What the heck? While many of the ills that all the land can be attributed to. Many of the ills that all... It says ale. I was reading it wrong. It says ale. Okay, this makes so much more sense.
While many of the ills that ail the land can be contributed to the calamity, some are being brought about by a malign will. We must needs delve deeper into this, while things remain quiet on this primal front. All work and no play makes Minfilia a dull scion.
Thank you, Tataru.
Did you say something?
Yeah, and she's not working hard. I'm working hard.
Nothing, milady. Ah. Mayhap we ought to rest a while before speaking further of the investigation.
I got some lentils and chestnuts, for some reason. Is that enough to level me up? It might be. Oh, it's just barely not enough. Amazing. Minfilia has another lead for you to pursue.
Except, while you were tending to business in Thanalan, some new information arrived courtesy of our friends the Sylphs. An individual befitting La Habrea's description has been sighted in the North Shroud. The sightings come in the wake of a series of mysterious deaths in the self-same area. My instincts tell me that our man is involved.
I feel like I've lost your voice. I need you to do a cutscene again so I can get back into it.
I would have you continue your investigation where you left off. 12 willing, we will pick up La Habrea's trail once more. Neuraxia can furnish you with the details. Pray speak with her and take it from there. As always, be careful out there, Darcy.
I love it when a game has a tiny little voice sound. Just like, oh hey, or whatever, right? Like, just enough to get that voice in your mind. It's so good, and this game does not have that. It's so long between hearing a sample of their voices. Ugh. I don't know what anyone sounds like. And it would be one thing if they didn't have a canon voice and then I could just make something up, but they do have canon voices, so it's like, I want to hit that as well as I can. Yeah.
Walking one is to investigate sinister one? Then heed well this one's words. This one is friends with a walking one in the Ash Crown Consortium.
Wait, really? How?
According to friendly one, a digging one named Medrod had an encounter with a scary masked one. This masked one is a most certainly sinister one. Walking one should go and speak with digging one, Medrod. Digging one is to be found in Falgor Float in the North Shroud.
I've been there. That place is cute. I like that place. No, oh hey, you stole it. What's up? I didn't see you there before.
As you have doubtless witnessed in your travels, the lands of Eorzea are gasping under the pall of a suffocating darkness. I must wonder if this is the darkness that invites disaster, or simply that disaster has left such gloom in its wake. One thing is for certain now is not the time to relax our vigilance.
Alright. Bye! I'm not actually going to walk anywhere. I'm just going to teleport. Boop! Because I've been there before, so I don't need to worry. Are you over here? Hey, it's Medrod. Do I know you? Have I met you before?
Come on in, lass. Take a seat. One of those adventurers, are you?
Well then, welcome to Falgord Float. If you're looking to rub shoulders with more of your colleagues, you might also try the Bobbing Cork north of the Aetheryte. I've been there.
Please leave me. Leave me be. I'm not long for this world. I look death in the face. It's only a matter of time before he comes for me. Just like he came for that poor woman.
Medrod is clearly traumatized. Perhaps, if you were to soothe him, he might remain calm for long enough to hold a conversation. Soothe. Whoa, 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 whoa. Calm down. Oh, it worked. Nice.
Yeah, you're right. It's not as bad as it seems. I saw something terrible. That's true. But that hardly means I'm gonna suffer the same fate.
Thanks to you, I can think straight again. I believe I can even recount what I saw without losing it.
It was just another ordinary day. I was headed back to the float when I noticed a suspicious character. A suspicious character in the distance. A masked man garbed head to toe in black. He had a hideous fiend in tow, a winged creature that was all eyeball and jagged teeth. Taken by curiosity, I crept as near as I dared. I gotta point out that, like, you can just get one of those as a minion in this game. It's not, like, that weird. That's the problem with the precedent you sent of having adventurers running around throwing, like, you know, fireballs casually in the middle of streets, you know what I mean? It's a bit weird. It's a bit, yeah. Breaks it, doesn't it? To see the corpse of a woman. One glimpse was enough to tell me that she died to a gruesome death. In that instant, I knew right away that the masked man was a minion of Tal, come to claim her soul for this realm.
For his realm? From whatever.
What? You're investigating that same masked man?
If that's the case, we'll help you in whatever way we can. Cool, who are you? Anything to ensure that we won't suffer Medrod's hysteria ever again. Oh, you're like his adventuring companions. Cool.
Alright, teamwork. That's what I wanted. Wait, I haven't been that bad, have I? At any rate, I'm all for helping this adventure. It's the least I can do to repay her for comforting me.
I guess? Sure. Thanks. I've leveled up. So I'm realizing now that last time I came here, I'm pretty sure just random NPCs in the world were talking about a masked man coming through the area. And I wondered, like, I wonder if that's dynamic, or if it's like, nah, they just always assume that you're here during the quest line when the masked man comes through. And here I am. There actually is a quest line where a masked man comes through. And I don't know if this is, like, a separate instance, or if I'm supposed to assume that he came through, like, months ago. Or at least weeks. I don't remember how long ago it was that I did that. Oh, you have a pipe. Ziz is so ridiculous. Adine has a proposal to make concerning your investigation. So, here's what I know about the deaths. All the victims were found with their faces torn to shreds. It's useful. Among the local fauna, only the scalekin known as Ziz could inflict such wounds. That's why some folk are pointing the finger at them. I somehow doubt that the answer is that simple. But for the sake of thoroughness, we should look into it. No, let's just jump to the part where we assume that it's not that, because it's not going to be that. Why do you always have extra steps, game? You always have extra steps. Why don't you put down, say, 3 of the creatures and see if you can find any proof connecting them to the deaths. Fine. This is anything to be worried about. Alright, let's go. Report back to Adine. It's like, why am I... She's like, hey, I'll help you out. The least we could do. And I'm like, cool. And she's like, okay, go do this thing. And I'm like, I don't want to do that thing. That's a dumb thing to do. That has nothing to do with my investigation. Get out of here. Well, you were going to help me, not give me orders. You're not helping me with my investigation. You're getting me to look into your investigation, which is not my investigation. It's different, I can tell already. You've already seen to this is. Good work, adventure. So, were you able to find aught to suggest that the creatures are our culprits? Well, no. Nothing. Truth be told, even if there were proof, I wouldn't know what it looked like. So yeah, that didn't prove anything, right? You can't confirm an absence of proof. Anyway, I believe we can safely strike Ziz from our list of suspects, which leaves us with the masked man and his winged eyeball. Yeah, that was a pointless quest. It is so ridiculous. You're right. It didn't have further knowledge of the mysterious deaths. There's something else I heard about the deaths. It appears all the victims have been comely maidens. I'd wager I'd better watch myself, eh? Unseemly japes aside, there's a rumor been going around. There's some as whisper that after each victim died, her rancor went into the great big rock southwest of here, causing it to flash and moan. What? What does that mean? What do you mean your rancor went into the rock? What does it mean for your rancor to go into a rock? What? This bears investigating, I reckon. I'm going to give you a fire sand stick to blow off a piece of that crag. The stick doesn't come with a fuse or anything, so you'll have to throw the thing. Once you've torn the rock a new one, brings back some of the fragments and I'll give them a gander. I am lost. I am the most lost. Like, what does this mean? Iveralt has information to share regarding your investigation. Please. There's something you should know. I have been keeping this to myself, lest I worsen Medrod's paranoia. But considering he's standing right next behind you, I think it's okay to tell you. But I too have seen the winged eyeball. I cannot say whether it was coincidence, but my sighting took place precisely the same time as Medred's. I was heading home after a day of digging when a shadow fell over me. Looking up, I found myself locked in a gaze with a giant eyeball. Turned out it was one of those adventurers. They tamed it to fly around the world on. Can you believe that? No, that's not what it says. I let out a scream on the top of my lungs and ran without once looking back. This happened at the rocky area west of here, in case you have a mind to investigate. So it's like, if I had come here and I hadn't found these people, like I just found Medred, I was told to come talk to Medred, and I did that, and Medred's not telling me anything. Medred's just like, go talk to my friends here and do what they say, and it's like, what would I have chosen to do instead, you know? Like, if these people hadn't sent me off on a mission, how would I have decided to pursue my investigation? And I feel like there must be an answer to that question, and therefore I could be doing those things instead. I'm going the wrong way, aren't I? What's this? What's this? Oh, do I have to use an item? Using items on areas. Some key items are used on areas rather than single targets. First, yeah. Oh, really? That's interesting. I haven't seen any form of targeting like this in the entire game up until now. That said, you know, I haven't played every class, so like, what does that even mean? Is this not where I'm supposed to throw this? Okay. Weird. Maybe it's like a minimum range thing? Or a maximum range thing, I mean? Maybe I need to be standing closer? That's possible. I hadn't considered that. Until just now, when I considered it. Yeah, it's a range thing. Okay, that makes sense. Throw fire sticks to the rock. Oh wow, it's a humming crystal. Sure, why not? How do I get to the top of this? I'm surveying. Wow, look at this place. I wonder if I see anything noteworthy. Wow. Wow, wow, wow. I did! I found this thing! That was a long survey, wow. Alright. Is that it? Can I leave? Nice. Time to head back. I do love walking back and forth. Most folk are too scared to go within 100 yalms of the Rock of Rancor. Aye, it has a name. But what's a few vengeful spirits to a dauntless adventurer like you, eh? It's true. I'm very dauntless. Oh, I could read this first. Lightning aspected crystal. Bigger than a shard, but not quite large enough to be a cluster. The energies emitted by this crystal lightly tingle the hands of any who touch it. Here you are. Huh? Why, these are just your garden variety crystals. 'Tis a bit hard to tell beneath all the dirt and grime, but they're definitely lightning aspected. I had to like reread the first sentence to see if she was saying these aren't your ordinary crystals. I almost hate to say it, but that explains the flashing and moaning. Nothing to do with the masked stranger. Looks like I've gone and wasted both your time and a perfectly good fire sand stick. Oh well. Oh, I used like 4 of them, so yeah, it's you know, don't worry about it. Yeah, you did waste my time. But luckily, you didn't waste my time too much, because this is the first time a main quest has been like, hey, there's 2 quests and you can do them simultaneously. Like, this feels really good to be able to be like, I can take both these quests and go do both of them at the same time. I don't feel like I wasted my time. Any other quest so far would have been like, do Aiden's quest, come back, then Iverald will have a quest for you. And they're like, nah. Not gonna waste your time on that, which is very, very satisfying. Monster's Banamite appeared, and you slew it? That creature had long been a scourge upon the folk of Fallgord. Intentional or no, you've done us a great service. You have my gratitude. But this does But this does make me wonder, was it truly a winged eyeball I saw? Or merely a trick of light combined with blind panic? Everyone's just getting me to do their dirty work, aren't they? This has nothing to do with anything. Alright, Medrod. You gotta give me some real answers. Medrod is troubled by the death of a new... What? By the dearth of new developments in the murder investigation. Interesting. There have been no promising leads in the murders. I can scarce get a wink of sleep knowing that the killer is still at large. Okay. Judging by your furrowed brows, I take it this sorry business troubles you as much as it does me. I had been pondering my encounter. I was uncertain for a time, but there can be no doubt it was a winged eyeball that I witnessed. It's implausible that I could have mistaken so distinct a creature for a Banamite. But you and I were moms apart. How could we have both seen it at precisely the same time? What's more, our adventurer friend here had a run-in with the Banamite at the very spot you claimed to see that fiendish eyeball. Isn't that right? There must be an explanation. I know I saw an eyeball with wings. I would wager an apple tart on it. That's not a ton, but okay. Ooh, he's serious. But listen, mayhap it's not as mysterious as we're making it out to be. There's no reason why there couldn't be... Could be what? Couldn't be what? Gods, of course. There must be more than one of the buggers. It's so obvious. But then, that means, since there have been repeated sightings of these fiends, then there must be even more victims as yet undiscovered. Does it mean that? Alright. Lol. Gotta love an audible lol. I do believe we're out of our depth. We ought to leave the rest to the expert. You've left all of it to the expert. Also, if I'm an expert, why am I talking to you? Yes, we're just civilians after all. Good luck, adventurer. It was a pleasure knowing you. While I burn to know the truth, some things are best left unknown, lest you have forgotten. It was at the rocky area in the west that I had my encounter. Should you discover aught of note, you will want to alert the authorities. There's a guardhouse nearby. The serpents there should be pleased for any information that pertains to the security of the region. Okay, let's do that, I guess. Oh, I'm using something? What am I using? Is this a different mission? Tattered coin purse, shattered bottle. What the heck am I doing here? Is this what I was supposed to do? Is this a different quest? These are level 34 jackals. I think this is a different quest. Oops, I guess? Huh. Wow, this is actually really brutal. I'm gonna have to heal soon. No, I legit have no idea what quest I'm doing. Use the dodo meat as bait and slay jackals. I don't know what that... Oh, it's this quest up here. Hungry is the best sauce. Cool. Well, that's a quest I picked up last time I was here, apparently. So that's funny. Alright. Oh, wow. Oh, come on. I don't want to fight you. Don't you see that cool, like, quest area that's gonna spawn? I don't want to deal with you right now. Okay! Onward. Heal up. Are we good? We're good. You sent the hostile presence. Whoa, it's a floating eyeball. That's amazing. I just kind of happened to find it. That's wild. Whoa. What was the point of the whole dynamite thing? That just could have not been there. Isn't that cool? Also, like, think about how that... Oh, they're a corpse. I guess I don't have to worry about them dying. If that's just like an unconscious person, like, they'd be dead from the collateral damage. Search for the maiden's corpse west of Fallgord. I did it. Hello, I am here. Roar. Greetings, adventure. Is there aught I might assist you with? I have a body. The body of this poor soul has been defiled in more ways than one. Don't say that. That makes it sound like it. Yeah, don't say that. It might be true, but it sounds worse than I think you're intending it to. Gods be good. Not again. Wow, this body does not look ravaged even a little bit. No matter how many bodies I see, I cannot seem to get used to the horrid sight. Poor woman. Identical deaths have been reported in the central shroud, while the masked stranger you seek does not seem to feature in any sightings of the winged eyeball. Sightings? In any. Sightings of the winged eyeball are common enough. The creature appears to be moving the bodies, but to what end, none can say. No, I definitely came here earlier in the game and people were like, there's a masked stranger running around killing people, so what are you talking about? The victims have all been young women. All are found with their faces mutilated beyond recognition. It's been difficult to identify them so as to notify their next of. This button, engraved with a lily motif, the very same object was found upon another victim. A family sigil, or that of an organization, perhaps? Good to have someone else do my investigating for me. What is this game? Either way, I dare to hope that this will prove pivotal in solving the murders. Wow. Why couldn't I have known it? I guess I wouldn't have known what it meant if he hadn't told me, so that's something, I guess, but still. I don't know, it's weird. Like, I really feel like someone who's just, like, walking around and stuff is happening around me and I'm not doing anything. Alright. Hi, you have more to say, I'm sorry. Aethelmar wants you to hold on to the button. I would have you hold on to the lily button. You will need it to continue your investigation. And I am an authority because isn't this your jurisdiction? While it isn't standard procedure to entrust key evidence to individuals, you have proven yourself reliable and resourceful. We've just met in this matter. I see no reason why you shouldn't carry on your work. Wow. I might be the murderer. Did you think about that? I probably am. I probably am the murderer. That's how I found the body? Ah, you are a sucker. If I might make a suggestion, you may wish to take the button to Gridania and have it examined by Mion. Does anyone know how to pronounce that name? No? Mayhap someone in her vast network of contacts can shed light upon its sigil. Thanks, bye! Oh, what do you sound like? Good day to you, Darcy. By your grim expression, I suspect you aren't here for scones and herb tea. Have I ever had any of your scones or herb tea? Lily button. A lily sigil is carved into this tiny ivory button. It's ivory? Alright. You say so. Well, isn't this a lovely little button? The engraving is quite exquisite. Artisan level quality, I would say. Where did you say you found this? On a dead body. Lovely. Look, you're the adventuring guild, like, leader. You know all about this. Come on.
Anyway, I'm afraid I do not recognize the lily sigil. You will have to find the answer the old-fashioned way.
Yeah, why didn't I just do that first? You'd think I would think to do that first instead of asking you.
By asking around it.
But that's not the old-fashioned way. Come on. Ah, dang it. Alright. I walked into that one. That's my fault, I guess.
You could do worse than beginning with Bernadette over by the Aetherite Plaza. She is a sharp pair buys that one.
Everyone always says you could do worse than starting with so-and-so, and they never have the answers I need. They're always like, I mean, I guess. And it's like, okay. Sure, maybe I could do worse, but I could definitely do better. Hey, Bernadette. You look cool. Need help tracking down the owner of a button? That's certainly not a request I receive on a regular basis. Well, go on then. Show me what you have. I don't know why I'm even anywhere near you. The lily sigil is carved into this tiny ivory button. Oh, I already read that. Huh. Seems to be some manner of decorative button, reminiscent of those worn by the families of old, though I cannot claim to know its sigil. However, I can say with certainty that the white lily is a recurring theme in Gridanian culture. Yeah, you'd think Mayon would also know that, so probably she didn't mention it because she thought it was common knowledge or something. Alas, I do not know who would make a personal sigil of it. If there is a soul in Gridania who does, it would be Sangold over in the Lancers Guild. Wait, let me back you up a bit. I do not know who would make a sigil of it. But if there is a soul in Gridania who does, do you mean does as in does know, or does as in would do so? It would be Sangold over in the Lancers Guild. The woman makes a point of knowing all the citizens on a forename basis. Okay, I think I jumped to conclusions there. I misinterpreted what you meant. You're telling me that is the person who would know. Okay, so here's a question. Why didn't Mayon tell me to go directly to this person? Like, don't they know that that person is a reliable person to talk to? Like, it didn't take much longer. I would have had to walk by them anyway. I don't get it. Bernadette believes that I can help you. Well, that is a rather bold assumption to make. I will try to assist, never you fear, but whether aught comes of it is another matter. Now then, what do you require of me? Would you look at this button for me? Fascinating. Work of this quality is rarely seen in the hands of ordinary Gridanians. The owner of this button is most certainly well-to-do. You may wish to take your search to the Gentry's Ward, northwest of here. Wait, a memory comes to me. Of late, there has been a man who is perpetually seated at the bench by the ward's entrance. His name is Ursendel, and I distinctly recall seeing a markedly similar button upon the breast of his jacket. I dare say he can tell you a thing or two about it. That was such better information than I thought you were going to give me. I really, truly thought you were just going to be like, yeah, go there and look at everyone in the ward. You know, just do it. Which would have been kind of not actually that helpful. I mean, obviously it would be because it's a video game and I'm just going to follow these breadcrumbs till I, succeed, so they're all helpful in that sense, but, Hello, Ursendel. Oh, you didn't have to stand up on my account. I do not believe we are acquainted. Pray leave me to my thoughts. Have you seen this lily button before? The sigil of the Dartancour's family. How is it that you've come to be in possession of this button? For the body of a murdered woman, her face, was it marred in any way? I had feared as much. I can no longer feign ignorance. I shall reveal to you the truth of the deaths. But on one condition. You promise to
to put an end to my lady's madness and free her from her torment. What? Okay, I'm kind of interested in where this is going. Come on, talk to me. Skeletons in her closet. Ursendale has a confession to make regarding the mysterious murders. A level 28 weapon scalper. I have level 31 weapons, so I don't really care. But, whatever. I was once a manservant in the employ of one of the oldest and proudest families in Gridania, the Dartancours. During that time, I had the honor of waiting upon Lady Amandine, mistress of the household. Fair as summer was she, and possessed of a heart befitting her radiance. Alas, the calamity wrought a great change in her. Though my lady escaped with her life, death may well have been a kinder fate. Never will I forget the day her bandages were removed, and she beheld her disfigured face for the first time. At that moment, the kindly woman I knew ceased to be. Unable to bear the thought of being seen, my lady sequestered herself within her chambers and refused all company. This continued for many uneasy moons, until one day, without warning, she began receiving queer guests. None among us knew whence they came, these masked men, but my lady believed that they would help her regain that which she had lost. So began the Rites of Rejuvenation. These rituals seemed innocent enough in the beginning, but grew ever more grotesque as time went on. Eventually, there came a day when my lady bound one of her handmaidens to her bed and proceeded to mutilate the poor girl's face. Suffice to say, she did not survive the ordeal. It fell to me to dispose of her body. I performed the dreadful task as bade, obedient servant that I was, but when the time came to return to the house, my legs refused to move. I knew then that I could not go back to that place, not after the nightmare I had witnessed. So it was that I left Hoke Manor in hope, my home for nigh on half a century. Long did I weep for the girl who was slain, and longer still for the woman that Lady Amandine had been. Yet one cannot weep forever, and I endeavored to put the matter behind me. Indeed, I had resolved never to speak of my experience until you appeared before me. You didn't even really push that hard at all. You just kind of stood there, and I felt like I must tell you. My lady's madness must be ended, lest more innocent lives be lost. Lay her tormented soul to rest, as you swore to me you would. Are you trying to tell me to kill her? What? She awaits you at Hoke Manor on the western edge of the central shroud. Go now. Go and do what must be done. I'm just gonna go murder, like, a normal person? That can't be right. That's not a thing this game has done before, as far as I'm aware. I mean, we have murdered normal people, don't get me wrong, but, like, I haven't. It's more like there's been cutscenes in which that was a thing that happened. Hi, is this not where I'm going? I just kind of assumed it was. Seek entry. Oh, it's a dungeon! Why is it a dungeon? How is it a dungeon? Okay, I guess it's a dungeon. Well, why are you here? Do you know this is a dungeon? Like, cool that this is a dungeon. I'm into that. That's fun. That's cool. But you're also, like, the previous dungeons I've been through have been like, this is a ruin, and we stand guard here to make sure foolhardy adventurers don't go in. You, though, you can go in, right? But this is someone's house. Like,
That can't be what's going on here. The narrative broke down. Alright, let's see what happens. The duty finder has been updated with a new regular duty. Cool. Hauk mana. Hauk mana. Alright, cool. Join. Oh, nice. Once used by... Let's read this after, actually. Once used by seed seers as a place for spiritual reflection and meditation, Hauk Manor was long frowned upon by the people of Gridania as a symbol of excess. After years of protest, the building was finally sold to a wealthy Wildwood Elizin by the name of Lady Amandine. While little is known of the lady, it was said that she was exceptionally vain, and that to maintain her impeccable beauty, she would spare no expense. From facial creams concocted from rare Corthan honeys, to shampoos derived from the milk of exotic furbals. Her daily ritual of beauty treatments escalated, until it was rumored she was bathing in the blood of her virgin maidservants. Where did that rumor come from? Where did that rumor come from? No amount of man-made tinctures, however, could hide the hideous scars she eventually suffered during the calamity, and soon she was forced to turn to a darker solution, signing away her very soul in a final effort to literally save face. Really? You're gonna end that, like, really serious, dark story with a pun? Get out of here. I'm in. The Black Shroud, Hauk Manor. Heck yeah, I like my party. We're rad. I wonder if it automatically would have swapped me to Arcanist if I tried to commence. Originally. Okay, I guess we're going this way. I would have gone up the stairs, but everyone's telling me to go this way, so I guess we're going this way. I see someone's going to grab the tiny key, so that's nice. Probably if we went up the stairs, we would have found that the tiny key was needed to get through a door or something. We would have had to run around. Imagine playing this without, like, following a guide. As in, like, my companions here know what they're doing. That would be really interesting. Like, I feel like it would completely change, you know, the flow of it. I'd be actually, like, looking around and being like, oh, this door is locked. What do we do? Let's circle back and see if we can find a key. Like, that could be really interesting. And it's just like, nah. Nah, that's not in the game. So, this is probably good. It will give me the opportunity to talk about what the heck is going on. Short version is there was a bunch of murders, as there, you know, as you would expect in a game, and we basically tracked it back to this, you know, sort of Victorian manor equivalent location, in which the, like, noblewoman who owned it was killing people for rituals to make her beautiful. Now that sounds incredibly bad, and it is, but she wasn't just like, oh, I'm not pretty enough. She was like irrevocably disfigured in the calamity, which is like a vague event they talk about a lot in this game. So, you know, we find out that's a thing going on, and when we show up to her manor, it is a dungeon. It is a dungeon, and presumably she is the boss. She's like a vampire or something, I guess. Which is cool. That's a cool concept. But, yeah. Yeah, that's it. And, you know, like any of the other dungeons, I've talked about this plenty of times before, it has that weirdness of this would be a really interesting place to explore at my own pace and, like, find that there's a door that's locked and then have to go try and find the key. And I'm playing with a bunch of people who've done this before, and so they're all like, go this way, this is where the key is, right? Like, all of that. Not that, like, I mean, for the entire rest of the game, all I do is I talk about, like, hey, this game isn't streamlined enough. Why am I running back and forth? And yet, for some reason, I'm like, it'd be kind of cool if I actually got to explore this at my own pace and find a locked door, then have to circle back. It's like, why do I think that would be cool? Aren't I glad that it's streamlined? I don't know. That's weird. I don't know who Lady Bathory is. Should I know who that is? Alright. The Manor Saboteur drops a green key. Why is the key green? Is it like tarnished, or is it like a Manor Elmo? Wait, what? What does that mean? Alright, I guess it's a type of hat. Where are we going? Did someone just leave? What just happened? Wait, where are they teleporting to? What? This friend? I think this friend knows that I don't know what the heck's going on. They're gonna guide me. I think I'm able to, like, teleport to the entrance of this, and that's where we need to go. That's what it looks like. I hope this friend knows where they're going, and isn't just also like, I don't know any better. Wait, this is where we started. Well, they entered the boss chamber, apparently. Is her face still, like, scarred? No, it's not. I guess the treatment worked. Well, I thought maybe that would teleport us there, but no. Oh, I've lost little friend too already. Oh, there's little friend. Where are we going, little friend? I don't know. I feel like the return would take us back, but I don't want it to, like... I guess it takes 5 seconds to cast. Figured it out. Sorry, friend. I don't know how to tell you to follow me. But little friend's not in there. They don't know how to get back. Well, I guess, okay. Yeah. So that makes sense, that your return button, which normally takes you back to your home point, meaning like whatever city you prefer, when in a dungeon, takes you to the start of the dungeon. And so there's a whole bunch of backtracking you gotta do, so people just return this dungeon, apparently. Oh, what the heck was that? Am I supposed to knock out the lamps, or do I just kill the... I don't know. Or that person. Kill the crystals. Okay. I can't. They're an invalid target. Maybe they're too far away? Oh, they were... No, they're invalid targets. I can't do that. She's almost dead. Let's just kill her. She don't die. That was weird. And I leveled up, apparently. Thanks for putting that over top of your cutscene. Hey, it's all 4 of us! Alright, sure, whatever. Alright, cool. Sure. There was no dialogue in that one. I'm used to there being like a whole like, let me talk to you for a while dialogue scene, and that's what I was expecting, and I was ready for it, and it didn't happen. So that's a thing. So did that count as a win for our friend, little friend? I don't know. I guess I'm gonna buy. I don't know. Bye, friends. That was a weird mission. Darkness has taken root within these halls. What? I've done this guy's voice before. I don't remember what I usually do. Sprung from the most unlikely of seeds. One cannot help but admire the irrepressible spirit that quickened it to life. Oh, maybe I don't know who this is. There's two of you now? It is a pleasure to meet you at last, adventurer. You are every bit as intriguing as our master gave us to believe. Well, where's the other three of us? Like, what the heck? They were definitely here for this fight. It is no ordinary mortal who can acquire one crystal of light, much less 3. The crystals make you strong, and it is to that strength that the light is drawn. Hidalin chose well. A pity that your existence is irreconcilable with our own. We cannot well allow you to continue upon your present course. Alas, we came here not to play, but to take the measure of your strength. For Master La Brea, that task now accomplished, we take our leave of you. What, watching me fight a vampire? What are you talking about? Alright. Fare you well, bringer of light. Yeah, I guess the idea actually is supposed to be that if you're doing the main quest, you go through the dungeon, you call a bunch of people to help you, you go storm a dungeon, and then everyone's like, cool, good job, everybody, and they all leave, and then you have a cutscene on your own. Because supposedly everyone else, looks like not everyone else, because that person got lost, everyone else is an adventurer who's not doing this because it is the normal path, right? They are not me, the important protagonist of this game. They are some adventurer. So they don't see that final cutscene. Now, I don't know whether or not the cutscene actually plays in multiple playthroughs of the same dungeon, but I can see that as being reasonable, and it would explain why no one else is present for those little last bits after you exit the dungeon. Everyone exits, and before you exit, you do this other thing. Yeah, I could buy that. That's reasonable. Reasonable. Well, another dungeon down. That dungeon had a cool aesthetic, but like was kind of bland. I do wonder if it'd be more interesting if I was, not. Oh, I don't know what spot I want to go to. I wonder if it'd be more interesting. Oh, Lancer, that makes sense. If I wasn't sort of guided through it. But like, just the combat purely was really sort of stagnant and slow. That final boss fight might have actually been interesting if I got what was going on. We just kind of tried to kill it and did. So I don't know. Weird. Alright, this is the guy that told us where the dungeon was. They told us to go kill her. didn't actually tell us that she'd, like, transformed into a demon. They just said go kill her. So, I don't know. It's kind of weird. It really sounded like a hit. You returned. What sights await you within this manor? What sights awaited you within the manor? What has become of Lady Amandine? You must tell me all. Blah, 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 blah. So, she went so far as to consort with devils. Would that I could have done so to prevent her fall. May she finally find peace in the beyond. Well, she did look stunning, I'll tell you that much. You know, it worked. She had to kill a bunch of people, but it worked. I mean, it didn't actually solve the problem of being able to, like, talk to people in normal society without being self-conscious, because she's not talking to anybody, but, you know, whatever. I know not whether the masked men you encountered are the same pair that first led my lady astray, but it is plain that they are of the same vile brood. Should the chance ever present itself, promise me that you will visit upon them tenfold the woe they have brought upon others. Wow, that's a really, like, big request of you. I mean, there's a lot of them and only one of me. How am I going to do tenfold of the damage they've done? Come on. But who am I to speak of punishment? By my silence, I know not how many innocent young women to die in unspeakable circumstances. It matters not wherefore. Through misplaced loyalty, cowardice, or both, I am an abettor to a gross crime. I will surrender myself to the authorities and accept whatever punishment they deem just. I only pray that the gods will have mercy on my soul. Alright, cool, bye. Oh, wow, this is a report to Manphilia. That was legitimately one of the shorter, like, go out, come back. I mean, yeah, a lot of times it's like, talk to Manphilia, she gives me a quest, I go do the quest, I come back from the quest. And that, like, takes a huge chunk of time, and that was actually pretty fast. So, yeah. Guess we'll see where this goes. I can't use my return, though, because I used it in the dungeon. Alright. You know, I think I actually have some tickets. So let me just go directly to Vesper Bay. Vesper Bay Aetherite ticket. Ho-ho! Look at that. There we go. See? There should be an Aetherite there. There's not. Yet somehow I can teleport because I had a ticket. What? I don't know. Manphilia, I did the thing. Sort of? I guess I didn't really. Welcome back, Darcy. Full glad am I to see you safely returned. Tell me, how fared you on your sojourn to the Twelveswood? In the Twelveswood. Ha 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 ha. 2 of La Brea's minions? And they sought to measure your strength by their own admission? The devils taunt us. It is beyond doubt, then, the Asians have begun to move in earnest. Would that we knew to what end. Have you actually told me anything about these Asians, or just, like, started talking about them without explaining yourself? Because that's what I remember, but maybe I'm just not remembering stuff. Yet I will not bemoan our plight. Thanks to your tireless efforts, we are at least aware of the encroaching darkness. Alas, we can only do so much. It is clear to me now that we Scions are too few to protect the realm against the threat unaided. We must needs alert the 3 nations to the presence of this elusive enemy, and recommend that they heighten their vigil. There is no shortage of misery in the world that the Asians might exploit. We have an arduous struggle ahead of us. Yet come what may, we must not allow ourselves to become lost to hope,
for that is precisely what the enemy desires. We have gleaned all we can from the information available to us. Let us set this investigation aside for the present. Another matter has arisen that requires your attention. Let me know when you are ready to be briefed, and I will summon the others.
Sure. Boop. Wrath of the Titan. Oh, we're gonna fight Titan? Minfilia is waiting to brief you and your fellow scions on a new development. Let's fight Titan.
The Maelstrom requests our assistance.
Concerning the kobolds they sent such copious notes on, I presume?
Yes. And no. It has more to do with their findings, which portend a peril far greater than any beast tribe.
What sort of peril?
The worst kind. A tribe of kobolds in the vicinity of Limsa Lominsa has reawakened Titan. Our task will be to slay the Primal. The Maelstrom have sworn support for the endeavor. They are no strangers to the havoc kobolds can wreak.
Years before the Grand Company's reformation, two primals, Leviathan and Titan, chanced to converge upon the sea wall, wreaking untold devastation.
I don't know what any of that means.
There, by the grace of the Navigator, were the mercenaries Merlvip hired able to fend them off.
Merlvip. Merlvip? Merlvip. I think it's Merlvip. Okay, cool. I need to get that one in my head because it's not intuitive.
Yet it did not take long for the beast tribes to regroup, and they summoned their primals once more.
Thankfully, their second coming was decidedly short-lived, but that is beside the point. So long as tormented souls will them to exist, the realm will never be rid of primals.
The Maelstrom has kept a watchful eye upon the beast tribes, and the kobolds in particular, ever since. Which brings us to the matter at hand.
Unlike Ifrit, we know scarcely anything of Titan. Unfortunately, the only force known to have bested him, the modestly named Company of Heroes, disbanded 5 years since, and mercenaries are not in the habit of keeping chronicles.
Expect the worst. The Maelstrom's help is of course appreciated, but even if we had their whole armada at our disposal, we could still find ourselves overmatched. A pity the kobolds lack the gentle sensibilities of the sylphs. A peaceful resolution would be more than welcome. The echo will not avail you this time, I fear. If you are to survive, your steel must needs speak for you. No one would think you a coward were you to decline.
So you will accept?
Yeah, sure, that's what that meant. Definitely.
Thank you.
We can't very well send her to Limsa Lominsa without Y'shtola. Can we, Minfilia?
May I ask that of you, Y'shtola?
I never thought it in question.
Ever reliable. Very well. We will spare no effort to win victory. You may count on the full support of the Scions of the Seventh Dawn, and all not afield will aid the fight from afar. Thancred, Ida, go to the Grand Companies, tell them of our plight and solicit their support. Urianger, send word to the students of Baldessian, and Alfino if you would. Papalimo, compile all the information we have on Titan, little though it may be. You will be apprised of the tactical situation when you reach the Sailor's Ward. Provision yourself for the journey. May you walk in the light of the crystal.
Did they really not add, like, little affirmative noises for all those characters? That just seemed lazy. I don't know what's up with that. Even if they, like, reused a bunch of old ones, I'd be like, yeah, that's fine. Like, you know. It's like, nah. So that's interesting. I wonder if this is actually going to be kind of a just go fight Titan. I expect it to be, let's go get a bunch of research, like, learn a bunch of stuff, theoretically. I don't know if we're going to actually learn anything. And then once we've done all that, then go fight Titan and not really use any of our research. The research is fictional positioning for the why we were able to win. It's, just let me go fight him. Just like, what? So, you know, hopefully this is pretty straightforward. Because all the other times have been like, here's a big, long investigation to figure something out. Which leads us to the Primal or something. So, I guess all the other times is a overstatement. We've only seen it for it, really. Good day, Darcy. I trust your investigation is faring well. Is this, like, actually intended to be an investigation game? I keep being told I'm investigating things, but I don't really feel like I've done much of that. Let's go. Good to see you, Private Pois. You get a new voice every time I talk to you. The Scion sent word that you were on your way. To business, then. It is as we told the Ascendant. The kobolds have once again summoned Titan. A little over a moon ago, we began to observe the beastmen moving south in increasing numbers from Gomorrah. Our scouts subsequently confirmed the object of their aggression. Crystals, fodder for their fell primal. Oh, I'm sorry. That was Merle. Primal, crystals, fodder for their fell primal. Thank you, High Commander. You may leave the rest to me. Your deeds bring glory to the Maelstrom, Private Pois. Right proud am I to call you one of our own. Nice! It actually acknowledged that I'm part of the Maelstrom. It didn't just be like, use the same stock phrase. They actually, like, threw in a line there. I always appreciate that. Forgive the lack of a warning, High Commander. The Admiral wished to address Darcy personally. We are no strangers to conflict. Long have the Sahagin and the kobolds plagued our people, nor is this the first time we have had to address a primal threat. In the past, when Titan rose to threaten the peace, it was to the company of heroes we turned. But they are long disbanded, and we must look to other brave souls blessed with the strength to face this foe. So it is that we turn now to the Scions of the Seventh Dawn, confident in the belief that you are Limsa's best hope. I told you, I hope you are right. Yet the situation is far from simple. The kobolds are not prone to unprovoked aggression. Are not prone to... I feel like they are. I've walked into their house and they've attacked me before. Well, I guess I was stealthing, so maybe I can't confirm they would attack, but I'm pretty sure they were gonna, because they had the thing above their head that said they were gonna. Did not the Thalassocracy? I'm not sure how to pronounce that. The Thalassocracy make a pact with the beastmen that each would keep their own lands and that no blood would be shed? And was it not the Laminsons who violated this agreement, dissatisfied with their lot? Shall we then condemn the beastmen for defending their homes? Even a pirate must one day reap what she has sown. Wow, Y'shtola. I would advise you to choose your words with greater care, Lady Y'shtola.
Stand down, High Commander. She has the right of it. And the wrong is mine. Freely do I claim it, yet it makes little difference. Remorse will not shield us from Titan's wrath, or would you have us fall upon our swords? My apologies, Admiral. The safety and security of Limsa citizenry are, of course, of paramount concern. Already we have observed disruptions in the flow of aether further inland. The effects will be felt here in the city ere long. I ask much of you, I know, but the need is great. I trust I can count on you, Private. Once again, addressing me because I am part of the Maelstrom. Interesting. I really want to get to not be a private. I feel like everyone treats me like I'm an amazing hero, and then they're like, private, because I haven't ranked up in the thing. Like, it just feels really tone-breaking. You have my thanks, along with the full support of the Maelstrom. I await good tidings. That the kobolds should summon Titan demonstrates they are no longer amenable to negotiation. I don't know if that's true or not. I talked to some the other day. It wasn't a big deal. This being the case, we must needs prepare for conflict before we meet Titan in the field. However, it would be wise to learn all we can of our foe, and I can think of no better source of information than the mercenaries who defeated him once before. Hey, I'm glad you said you couldn't think of a better source as opposed to saying you could do worse than. So that's nice. The Company of Heroes may be no more, but several of its former members still live. It is said that one of them is employed by the Grey Fleet at the Grey Fleet Mills in Lower Lenasia. So this is going to be a running around fetch quest style thing. Go talk to the guy. The guy says, I don't know anything. Maybe talk to this guy. I go talk to that guy. They say, I don't know anything either. You go talk to the other guy. We come back and we say, we learned basically nothing. Then someone shows up and is like, I can help you. And then we just go fight them. Cool. Cool. Quite why a mercenary should choose to become a miller, I do not know. When you find him, mayhap you could ask him for me. I, meanwhile, shall seek his fellows. Okay, bye!
Miller in need. Well, you know what I need? To drink. Oh, I can do this while mounted. I did not expect that. You gotta be honest. Hey, what's up? Oh, hey, Stola, what's up?
The Company of Heroes is the most celebrated mercenary band in the history of Eorzea. Even so, I must admit, I have never before met one of their members face to face. I imagine that a warrior who had toppled both Titan and Leviathan would seek to bask in a lifetime of fame and glory, yet he seems to have settled in a place distinctly bereft of adoring crowds. That's a weird thing for you to say, right? Like, you are a big shot adventurer, and I'm sure that's not something you'd be interested in. You don't have that atmosphere to you. So I feel like you would not be surprised at all. Wow, this guy. Lay down your burden, son. Come drain a pint with me. We'll have a grand old time. Find ye a lass or three. You gonna say something, Venture, or just keep staring? Yeah? You wanna know about the Company of Heroes? Ah, hell's price of bleeding fame. Can't a miller mill in peace no more? What is it you're wearing? Like, not that I'm, like, judging you or anything, but I'm judging you. Not in that what you're wearing is, like, bad, but, like, it does not seem... You look like you're an adventurer, is what I'm saying. Except for you have a straw hat on. Alright, whatever. Still seeing you as you come all this way, I suppose it wouldn't hurt to oblige you.
Consider yourself lucky, lass. Old Tractome was the company's best axeman. Hey, wait a minute, Yestola! You told me you were gonna go talk to the other, people. You said you were gonna go off and do your own thing. What are you doing here? Alright, anyway. Consider yourself lucky, lass. Old Tractome was the company's best axeman. Now, what was it you wanted to know? Yestola? I'm pretty sure you told me you were going to go do something else while I did this. Get out of here. Tales from the Titus Slayer. Really? That's what we're going to go with? Okay. Tractome is eager to regale you with stories of his glory days. Who's writing this? They weren't listening at all. He's not eager. He's reluctant. Alright. Ha 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 ha. So you want to hear the tales of how the company of heroes bested a Primal, do you? I mean, I've bested a Primal too. I don't really see why I need your help, but whatever. Let me guess. You mean that bastard Titus, eh? Do I? Oh, if only you'd been there to see it. Alright, yeah, seems like he's actually really enjoying regaling me with stories of his glory days. Never mind. 'Twas a mighty struggle, like the legends of old. Me and the boys fought him for 3 days and nights we did. Yeah? The ground trembled with every step Titus took. And when he hit you, girl, it felt like a cannonball to the gut. Ugh, just like that. I don't look very impressed. Or what's that look for? I'm a goddamned hero, I'll have you know. The people around here sing me praises. Don't tell me you only care about learning the secret tactics we used to beat old Titus. Yes. Straight to the point. See, my character knows what's up. My character's like, yeah, no, cut the crap. You know the stuff I've been through? Do you know? I don't want to be here any more than you want me to be here. Get to the point. Nice. Good job, me. Humph. Well, too bad, because now I'm not feeling charitable. If you're so damn desperate, then why don't you do me a favor and kill those rats that have made a nest in the windmill just south of here? I do that, then we'll talk. If this was D&D, I'd be like, no. I'm gonna break your arm unless you talk to me. Am I gonna go fight a bunch of rats for you? Really? That's the quest I've accepted, is to go kill some rats? At least give me, a multiple ways of ending this, where I can either, be, bad. This is one situation, right? I've played a decent number of games that have, the whole morality system. Do you be aggressive or do you be nice? And this is one game where I'm like, nah, I should be a hard ass. Actually straight up, if they give me the option to either help this guy kill some rats or break his arm, I'd break this guy's arm. What the heck? Get out of here. And it's kind of amazing that the game has, encouraged me to do that in a way that it normally really wouldn't. It's very rare that that's something that I would do in a game, but the structure of play legitimately makes me want to be like, no, I will take the bad path if it means not having to waste my time here. Which is just kind of an interesting analysis that I wouldn't have thought of. Wouldn't have really occurred to me. But yeah, legitimate. Oh wait, is there more? I gotta kill the Rat King now? Of course. Is it a real Rat King? No, it's just a big rat. I just need to heal myself and take me a lot of damage from these dumb rats. But I think that's actually really interesting. There's never once has the evil route been compelling, except to see what happens. And this, legitimately, I'm curious if you could design a game around the idea of being intentionally structured in a way that it is intentionally just really, really frustrating to play the good guy. Like, it's grindy and slow, and you have to do every little thing for every little person, and you're a doormat and they walk all over you, to actually encourage players to be mean. Like, that would be interesting. I don't know if it would be good or not, but it'd be interesting to actually intentionally design a game that way. Yeah, so the beasties are dead, are they? Nice work, Venturer. Save me the hassle of... never mind. Shrexome appears to be ignoring you. Good. What? You still asking about how we beat Titus? I don't know, Venturer. It was a pretty risky strategy, the kind only a veteran of 10-score battles could rely upon. What counts as a battle to you? Because, yeah, I've been there, alright? I want to teach you, I truly do. But unless you prove you have what it takes to face that fat bastard, I can't in good conscience tell you a damn thing. This is so dumb. You hear this all the time. You gotta prove to me you're strong enough to learn my secret, because otherwise I'm gonna send you into a place to die. And it's like, I'm gonna go fight the guy anyway. You're not saving me by not telling me. Also, your challenge to, prove that I'm strong enough might just kill me anyway if I'm not strong enough. It's completely broken logic. But you see it in, every fantasy story. Or at least game. At the very least, you'd need to be capable of slaying, say, a Gabu. Is it Gubu? I thought it was Gabu. Oh. Come to think of it, that ain't a bad idea. Them creatures have a taste for the flour milled here, so you ought to have no trouble finding one in the vicinity. Of course, I ain't asking you to cut one down quick as a skilled axeman like myself. Any road. Why don't you try heading due west and stand in lookout in case a Gabu comes calling. Slay it, and I might consider telling you more about old Titus. Why do you keep calling them Titus? I thought the name was Titan. Okay, bye. I really do enjoy a lot in this game, and this is just not... Yeah, you again, then that Gobu was harassing the Millers is dead? Didn't think you had it in you, Venturer. Still, you took forever and a day to get the job done. I'm still not sure if I should tell you our secret. I mean, clearly, being able to kill that Gabu is not enough to prove that I can kill Titan. So, yeah, it was a completely pointless test. At least I'm talking always to the same guy. I don't have to run back and forth all the time. Truxtomb remains unconvinced of your readiness to defeat the dread Primal Titus. Can I fight you, maybe? So, as I was saying, I still don't know if you got what it takes to face Titus. Maybe if you slew a... Truxtomb? You in here drinking again? If you are, that Gobu better be dead. Oh, it's dead, Chief. You have me word of that. Cleave the beast skull in two with me trusty axe I did. Is that a fact? And what will your friend here say if I ask her? She'll vouch for me, of course. Ain't that right, friend? Tell me true. Was it Truxtomb who slew that Gabu? Or was it you? Chief, what are you saying? What are you saying? It's me, Truxtomb, the finest axeman ever to serve the company of heroes, the legendary mercenaries who slew that bastard Titus. Titus? Titus? Who in the seven hells is Titus? Some primal you fought in a drink-sodden dream? The company of heroes slew Titan, you bloody half-wit. Oh, there you have it. Well, see, Titus was what me and the lads used to call him.
That's the biggest load of Sahagin shite I've ever heard. Both of you, outside, we'll learn the truth the Laminson way. Well, at least the game's calling itself out on this guy intentionally being, like, frustrating. Tractum, if you didn't slay that Gobu, you may consider your contract revoked. Hey, shrug. I have no sympathy for you, you dingus. Also, you know what I really have a problem with this? Hey, Y'shtola. Have you just been standing here this whole time? Do you not have anything to say? Oh, I can play triple threat against you. Screw you, you don't deserve it. They call me a working man. I reckon that's what I am. Drinking under the chief's nose, sneaking out the back door, and nobody'll ever know. That was supposed to be a song, apparently. Boulder. All right, you know the rules. First one to smash their boulder will be judged. And don't even think about trying to kill me, that's cheating. Who picked these boulders? They got nothing I like, have they? Ah, hell. Can I poison this boulder? I'm gonna poison the boulder. Alright, well, whatever. Oh, yep. Main plot. Relatively high level quest, level 30 out of like 50 for the main story, I think. And, it's a quest about destroying a boulder faster than someone else. We'll settle this the Laminson way. By breaking boulders, I guess. Alright, I admitted I lied about being in the company of heroes. But I'm begging you, Chief, please don't dismiss me. I've learned me lesson. Honest, I have. Oh, this person wasn't even in the company of heroes, so this really was 100% pointless. Some stuff like this in a game can be fun, right? The occasional, like, oh, isn't that kind of a funny bit? Like, you can put stuff like this in a game, that's fine, but it's like every single quest line in the main story includes like 3 or 4 chunks that are just pointless. Like they're pure fat, right? Trim that fat. Oh. But I'm begging you, Chief, please don't dismiss me. I've learned my lesson. Honest, I have. Save your blubber and Tractome. Gods, I should have known. Mercy, please. I didn't want to deceive you, I swear. It's just that I kept getting turned away by all the folk I asked for work. I panicked. See, the last job I had was at Costa del Sol. And there was this grizzled marauder everyone treated like royalty. When I heard he was a captain in the company of heroes, I finally understood why. Cool, so this guy is going to be our lead to find an actual person. Sure, fine, whatever, cool. But we didn't need this leg. We could have just gone straight to that guy. I wasn't being serious when I said I was one of them. But you wouldn't believe me, so I Look, his name was Wellskate. Alright? Is that an L or an I? Wisegate? Might be Wisegate. Wisegate. He'll tell you how to defeat Titus, or whatever the hell that thing's name is. That's what you wanted, ain't it? So come on then. Tell the chief to forgive me. It's only fair. Little head wobble. Y'shtola. Yeah,
Ishtola's just gone now. Cool. Why was she even there? All I do is complain about it every time I play it. And I don't like that. Like, I do like this game, is the weirdest part. Like, yes, if all you're doing, if you're not enjoying something, don't play it. And I agree with that, but I don't know. I don't know. I guess I just wish it was better. And I'm told it is better. Like, I'm told it legitimately gets better, and that's... Pardon, you wish to slay the Lord of Crags? We must slay him, Captain. The people of Limsa are depending upon us. Humph, you fancy yourselves heroes then, just like in the tales. Be not so quick to judge. Long have I labored for the well-being of you and yours, and my associate here has bathed in Ifrit's hellfire and lived. Why didn't I open with that against Tractome, huh? She is blessed with a power that protects her from primal influence. Thus she was able to lay low the Lord of the Inferno. We know full well the risks, and have taken every possible precaution. We lack only the knowledge of how to enter Titan's lair. Oh, is that what we were looking for? Everyone else before now has just been like, we need to find a way to kill Titan. And here it's like, we need to find a way in so we can kill Titan. And it's like, oh, okay, that makes total sense. Now I understand what this mission was about. Calm down. Calm down. Pray be so good as to grant us the boon of your wisdom, and we shall be on our way. A woman who can't be tempered. Useful, but it will not be enough. It is true that the company of heroes fought and felled primals, but each victory was bought with the lifeblood of brave men and women. And Titan was the worst we faced. Aye, we defeated him in the end. But he took from us some of our very best. Even if you possess the power you claim, I have no reason to believe you will succeed. Believe what you will, we mean to try. Though our lives be forfeit, we will not abandon Limsa to the wrath of Titan. You're a passionate, I'll grant you that. And you deserve better than the greeting I gave you. But I will not send you into Ogamoro on a whim. To be plain, I do not wish to see you give your lives in vain. At the very least, I must have assurances that you are more than common adventurers. I oversee security for the Master Garuju's estate. Perhaps you can demonstrate your abilities by attending to one of our... Ye gods, man, have you heard nothing I have said? We have not the time to perform trivial tasks. The enemy is at their gates. It's like they're trying to have their cake and eat it too. Like, you have this whole quest line that's nothing but trivial tasks, with Bastola standing there the whole time saying nothing, and now she steps in. Why was that there? Cut that. That didn't... you... Do you imagine words can sway me, girl? If you dislike my conditions, then you're welcome to find your own way into Ogamoro. Though it pains me to admit it, I fear we have no choice but to acquiesce to this man's demands. Yet much remains to be done if we are to best Titan. Forgive me, but I must ask you to undertake this task alone. I will use the time to see to the remaining preparations. Leaving the dirty work to others, are we? Heh, very well. Pray do whatever the good captain bids, however trifling. Remember, the fate of Limsa hangs in the balance. Okay. the previous set of trivial tasks would not have been so bad if she had said that the first time. That said, this would have been much worse. Right? Because she couldn't have just said it again. Like, I don't even know if this is the guy we're talking about. This might be another imposter. What do I know? I don't think he is, but like... What's that ball on the ground? It's literally just a ball. Okay, cool. Waiskate would first like to verify that you are not a complete fraud. Master Gigarujo's request can be more demanding than you realize. Before I set you to your true task, I would like to verify this won't be a waste of my time. By wasting mine, thanks. A Nyx has recently been seen prowling the beach to the east. As you can imagine, my master does not want large, slimy creatures anywhere near his lands. The beast is cunning, but you should have no difficulty luring it out with herring. Slay the Nyx and return to me. Oh, and don't forget to bring me a leg as proof of the kill. Uh-huh. Oh, is there gonna be a Nyx? Oh. Look at that. That's a pretty cool looking thing. I'll admit that. Wow. This might be an interesting combat. Cool. Was I supposed to cut its leg off or did I just get it? I'm just gonna assume I got the leg. Sorry, I'm in complaining mode, and that's no fun to listen to. Well, to deal with the Nyx. Here's its leg. Almost as large as an old goat leg, but several times leaner. Lest you think me overly cautious for testing you in this way, you should know that we had an incident not long ago. Foolish young employee was dismissed for lying about his past. He claimed to have served the company of heroes, but I knew for a fact he did not. Okay, that wasn't the first time he'd done that. Cool. Anyway, now that the pointless busy work is finished, should give you a challenge as befits your talents. Yeah, what if you just gave me this one in the first place? What would you care? I don't care. Oh, I learned a new action. Okay, that's kind of cool. Weiscat has an important mission for you. Two highly distinguished individuals are scheduled to visit Costa del Sol in the near future, and Master Gigarujo wishes to welcome them with an elaborate banquet. What does this have to do with me? But while money is no object, not everything Master Gigarujo desires can be so easily purchased. It is to be an extremely exotic feast, and so, Darcy, your mission is to seek out and obtain the rare ingredients our chef requires. If they're exotic ingredients, I'm going to have to leave this location. Either you're being hyperbolic, or you're going to make me run around the world. I don't like either of those. Naturally, such fine dining must be accompanied with suitable wine, and by suitable, I mean the very best there is. That, however, can wait for the time being, as I believe you have enough on your plate as it is. It will be a long and arduous journey, but you need not toil alone. Many of the mercenaries who once served under my command still live, and they will guide you on your quest. What? For the first ingredient, have you travel to the South Shroud and speak with Landonel at Camp Tranquil. What? You mean to tell me that you cannot afford to waste time as your associate did? I'm glad I told you that. 'Cause yes, what the heck? Adventurer, if you have not the endurance to complete the mission, how do you expect to believe you can outstand the Lord of Crags? Either do it, or don't. I have work to do. Are you kidding? Are you kidding me? You're gonna even include a line that says I said no, and then not carry through on it. There's no other alternative. This is a purely linear quest. I don't have any say in the matter. Do you require assistance, adventurer? So this is the one who would challenge Titan. I've been expecting you, Darcy. Really? How long have you been expecting me for? The ingredient you seek is the egg of a giant Adamantois. Uh-huh. The method of acquisition should be obvious. You steal it from the beast's nest, of course. Simple in theory, but difficult in execution. Most who try die in the attempt. Will I help you get it? Ha! You amuse me. I will not jeopardize my position by openly assisting you. From me, you will receive only information. What you do with it is your choice. I haven't been crafting any, so I don't know. Let me be clear. This business between you, me, and the captain must remain a secret. See, I don't regret my time spent with the company in the slightest. Traveling the world, meeting interesting people, killing them. It was all jolly good fun. Alas, Grindians are, by and large, an unforgiving lot. Detch here being a rare exception. Aw, they're cute. I didn't see them till now. I've had to go to great length to ensure that I am seen as a model citizen, with no taste for drinking, whoring, gambling, and all those other activities I so dearly miss. So understand that if you ruin my little charade by wagging your tongue, I'll fashion a noose with your entrails and hang you from the nearest heaven spiller. Well, what are you waiting for? There's a perfectly good Adamantois egg in a nest to the east of here, just ripe for the taking. Not that I expect you to live long enough to claim it. Ha 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 ha! The mother never strays far from the child, and you will surely be attacked the moment you lay hands upon the egg. There will be other heroes, Darcy. You do not need to challenge Titan. Abandon your quest, or your corpse will rot in the swamp. So, they have just told me that yes, as soon as I pick up that egg, an enemy will spawn and it will immediately attack me. But, because I think, my initial thought when I first heard sneak into its lair, which, oh yeah, how do you get it? You sneak in, and it's basically straight up saying, no, you actually can't sneak in. That's not even an option. But I am going to swap to Fisher, because this is how I sneak. Now, I know that this is not going to work. They've already established that. But, sure, let's take a look. Let's see how this works. I'm legitimately curious if I can kill an Adamantois. Probably can't, but wouldn't that be cool? Sneaking into the fort. Stealing a cool egg. Oh, they're not gonna let me do that, huh? I have laid hands on the egg. What are you talking about, friend? Alright, fine, I'll fight you. Oh, that's all egg area. Alright, friend, let's go. Oh, the Fisher is the best class. I'm gonna beat the heck out of a giant turtle with a fishing rod. Can you believe this? This is amazing. You know what? I'm just going to take this attack, too. Let's see what happens. What's the worst? Wow, I dodged it. It literally didn't hit me. Is this faster than fighting it as a Arcanist? Probably not. Is it slower? I'm also not sure about that. Am I risking death? No. Not even a little bit. If I was an Arcanist, I'd actually be at half health by now and have to heal myself, probably. This is nothing. Now, this isn't the same as fighting a giant fish, unfortunately, but I have fished up a tortoise before, an Adamantois specifically, so, yeah. There's something fitting about a fisher. beating the crap out of an Adamantois. Think about this, though, legitimately. I'm just gonna kill this giant creature. This giant, peaceful creature. And its body's just gonna rot and die. You'd think I could turn this into like 1,000,000 Adamantois steaks, but no. That's just gonna die. Fisher is the best class. Where's the egg? Well, bye. I thought you might have the good sense to leave this place. By your continued presence, I take it you intend to persevere to the bitter end? Yeah, totally. I just need to swap my class so that my experience gets contributed correctly. Giant Adamantois Egg. An exceptionally large egg with a seemingly unbreakable shell. When it hatches, the baby Adamantois that emerges will likely be as large as a hound. My Adamantois is much smaller than a hound, I would say. Such bravery, such recklessness. That will serve you well against Titan. I killed them as a fisher. Your tests are dumb. Leave the egg with me. I'll see that it gets to the captain. You should make haste to southern Thanalan. In Forgotten Springs, you will find a man named Lord Nunn. He will be your next guide. Safe travels, Darcy. I'm so mad at all of you. This is the stupidest quest. I feel like I'm being taken for a fool, and I'm not allowed to call anyone out on this. It's like I'm being taken advantage of, and my character is not allowed to acknowledge it. Oh, you want to save the world? Why don't you do my grocery shopping, huh? State your business, adventurer. So this is the one Westcott sent me. Having the foggiest what he sees in you. And until I do, you will receive no aid from me. Uod Nun wants you to hunt the most dangerous game. Himself. I have no idea. I don't know. They just like thought that'd be fun to have a reference even though there's no like purpose, or is it actually gonna mean something? Persistent bugger. Very well, let's have a look at you. You've seen your share of battles, there's no mistake in that. And you did manage to obtain that Adamantois egg. However, that was not more than a display of brute force and blind courage. The nun I once fought also believed that his strength could save him. He was wrong, and now I am none. Is none a title? What? Many years ago, I joined the company of heroes to hone my skills instead of challenge my predecessors before I was ready. Even when I was young, I understood that victory comes to the patient, the cunning, and the pragmatic. That is to say, I claim my position, and it is why I still hold it. And it is why I will not help an unproven whelp. The children of the sands do not offer aid to strangers. To do so is a sign of weakness. However, if you were recognizable as a skilled hunter in your own right, it would be permissible to assist you. Across the desert to the east lies an Amalja encampment. There dwells a warrior renowned both for his strength and his guile. To even face this Amalja in battle, you must first find a way to lure him away from the encampment. And even though this is supposed to be a test about my ability to be a hunter, you're just going to give me the thing that lures him away, right? Right? This will be your test to draw out and defeat the veteran.
For this, I will offer you no advice, only this worn spear. Why, you ask? You'll have to solve that riddle yourself. Now go slay this old warrior. Bring me his necklace. Okay, so they're not going to tell me what to do, but they are going to tell me, here's a spear, and there's literally only one thing to do with the spear, I assume. I'm getting on a horse. Oh, I gotta remember to use my my chocobo more. Chocobo's never going to get stronger if I don't let them come out in battle. Is this where the... Yeah, I remember this place. This place is cool. I did dune fishing over here. It's a very nice encampment. Yeah, I've been all over this desert as a fisher. I've barely done any fighting here, though. Well, the Bloody Glisararm, a trophy claimed by Uad Nun from the dying hands of an Amalja warrior. And, I guess I'm just gonna stick it in the ground. I don't actually have to figure out what to do with it. Alright. Hey, I'm gonna give you the spear. Figure out what to do with it. What if I just, like, set it on the ground? Will that work? Can I just set it on the ground? Maybe that's enough. Oh, yeah, that worked. Yeah, wow. Isn't that amazing? Alright, bird, let's go! You know, I really wish they weren't fighting my bird. Wow, bird is stronger than me. Strong bird. You know, considering that my bird killed that guy, was not proof of my skill even a little bit. Oh, I didn't think about the fact that some things might attack me here. That didn't occur to me even a little bit. Because again, like I said before, I've been all over this desert as a fisher. The idea that these mobs might proc to me has not occurred to me, because I've never walked by them in, like, a class before. Tell me, adventurer, is our old nemesis dead? You're just getting me to do a bunch of dirty work, aren't you? A confusion of teeth, bones, and claws strung onto a piece of leather, supposedly from the pattern in which items are ordered. Supposedly, the pattern in which items are ordered, other Amalja can glean the name and rank of the necklace's wearer. Cool. They seem like they have a really interesting culture, and we shouldn't just be killing them like they're monsters or something. 'Tis a fine necklace, as befits a veteran of countless battles, and will make an excellent trophy. I don't like you. The spear belonged to one of his brothers. I knew when he spied it from afar, he would be unable to resist venturing outside the encampment to see it for himself. Right, so, like, legitimately, you weren't testing my cunning. You just actually wanted me to kill the guy. Like, this has nothing to do with testing me, even a little bit. You just wanted someone to kill that guy for you. Did you discern my intent? Or was it dumb luck, I wonder? Either way, you impress me, adventurer. I shall tell you of the ingredient you seek. Wait, I'm still on a shopping list? This was all just to tell me what I need to find? This quest's stupid. I think I'm currently wearing that. What is this, though? Toadskin jacket. That's cute. When the worm turns. Okay, what is that from? Because I quote that all the time, but I'm quoting like someone else. Were they quoting something? That's interesting. Yeah, when I quote the worm that turns, I'm quoting Stephen Lumpkin. Was he referencing something when he said that? Well, whatever. When the worm turns, Uadnun is finally willing to tell you of the ingredient you seek. A shame we did not meet when I was still with a company of heroes.
You would have made a fine recruit. Oh, really? So maybe I could just skip this busy work and actually get on with it if you are going to give me an endorsement. But no point dwelling on what cannot be. You have a Welwick worm to hunt. Do I now? Sandworms slither brazenly across the desert dunes, but the Welwick worms are far fewer in number. Rarity breeds demand, and so their meat is highly prized as a delicacy. Probably shouldn't be. The only way to catch your quarry is to entice it with something it cannot resist. These worms prey on the smaller creatures of the Sagoli. A freshly slaughtered angler carcass would be my choice of bait. Hey, I've been meaning to go fight one of those fish as a fisher. Yeah. Gonna be Punch Fisher. It'll be great. I'm gonna go fight a fish with my fists. Heck yeah. There's an area teeming with anglers to the east. I'll mark it upon your map, along with the location where Welwick worms are most frequently sighted. Be warned, the blood will drive that worm into a feeding frenzy. If your skills are lacking, it will devour you as well. Alright. Oh. Hi, friends. What's going on over here? Don't let me interrupt. Welcome to the Oasis of Fashion Glamour Contest. Thank you all for coming. We still setting up, but the line starts at Ruri. The end of the line is currently New Guy, the Warlock. That was interesting. It seems like a cool place to hold a contest. It's like just like open area. You know, it's certainly not the most convenient location in the game, but it's not full of people. It's a nice flat area that's like very similar. Yeah. Can I not fight you? Get. Oh, I guess I have to get off my mount. Get punched. Yeah. I'm a fisher. I'm gonna get this fish with my fist. Okay, actually, it turns out Chocobo's just gonna do everything, but whatever, it's fine. As I said before, I do need to get more experience on Chocobo, so. What's Chocobo's name? Griever, actually. Of course it's Griever. Why wouldn't it be? That would be silly otherwise. Worm territory, or Welwick worm territory specifically. Rotting angler. It's rotting already? That was fast. A few more bells into the sun and this fish will turn ripe as a fairy apple. A ripe fairy apple. As it were. Oh, I gotta go wait. This is a mechanic they've used like 3 times in a row now, and they hadn't ever before as far as I'm aware. Usually you just use the thing and it shows up. Remember that one time when I lit a fire to attract somebody and people just spawned on me? It's like, why wasn't that like, wait 5 seconds for them to spawn? That's weird. I need to make sure you aggro onto me, because I have a better tanking ability than my good friend over here. Well, it's just gonna die, apparently. Wow, Griever, when did you get so good? Wow. Is Griever just actually busted? I wonder if your Chocobo scales with your level. Getting Chocobo. That, I gotta admit, that's really making things feel a lot more streamlined. I'm very much enjoying this. This is the way to do it. I'm still annoyed that they're making me run back and forth for no real good reason, but, you know, at least the fights aren't like a slugfest, which they have been recently. Especially considering, again, as I've said before, I don't really like Arcanist's combat abilities. They're really boring and not that fun to do. Where am I going? This one? This one. Hey, dude. You look well. Have you caught your quarry then? I have some Welwick worm meat. What? You killed a whole worm and you got me like 1 pound of meat? What the heck? We needed a whole banquet worth. What are you doing out there? A large round slice of Welwick worm white meat. Yeah, like, why? If we're killing it for meat, why the heck am I only getting like a slab of steak? Skills as a hunter rival those of our best. I applaud your success, Darcy. I mean, Chocobo did it all. Gruber did it. The meat will need to be heavily smoked before I ship it to Weisgat. Worry not. You have my word that he will receive it in time of the banquet. You must be eager to obtain the third ingredient. I regret to say that I know not of its location. For the nonce, you should return to Costa del Sol and seek Weisgat's capsule. But hold a moment. Since you will be meeting the captain again soon, there is something I would like you to deliver to him for me. Yeah? Sure. Whatever. I actually legitimately appreciate that you are not telling me that I must do this for you and it's totally part of, like, our whole big old dingle-dangle. You are just straight up being like, no, I'd like it if you did. These are just different colored gloves. Alright, cool. Uadnan would like to deliver a gift to Weisgat. Alright, I'll do it. I'm in a fate now, apparently. Cool. Captain was always fond of this brained wine. I would be grateful if you could deliver it on my behalf. I was a reckless, angry youth when I first joined the company, and he would have been well within his rights to cast me out. Everything I have I owe to his wisdom and generosity. Weisgat was a firm yet fair teacher, expert molder of men. I suspect that is still the case now. Please give him my regards, Darcy. Okay. I wonder what my profits have been on this mission. I'm spending a lot on travel costs, but also I get like a stupid amount of money just for doing nothing, so Well met, Darcy. Landonel and Uadnan both spoke highly of you. What brings you here today? What do you mean, what brings me here today? Sorry. I'm just a little frustrated, trying to save the world, no big deal. Deep caramel colored spirit made from twice distilling fine red wine and then aging it in rosewood barrels for at least 30 summers. My favorite. I still have to thank the nun personally. The noon? It's probably noon, right? Now you have but one ingredient left. Fortunately, you will not have to travel to Aldenard this time to obtain it. Thanks. The things we do for cheese. Weisgat would like to tell you about the final ingredient needed for the banquet. Truth be told, I never intended you to collect this last ingredient. Braveflocks, my old quartermaster, wished to bring it to Costa del Sol herself. However, not long ago she sent word that there's been some trouble at the long stop, and that the delivery would be delayed indefinitely. She told me nothing of the incident itself, but I fear the situation may be dire. Though I would like nothing more than to aid her myself, I have no choice but to turn to you. So are you actually, like, asking me to do something for you, as opposed to pretending it's a trial? I would respect that. I have no choice but to turn to you and your allies. Make haste to Hidden Falls docks, and speak with Ozen Nuzzum, who will direct you to Raincatcher's Gully, where Braveflocks and her people have made their home. That's okay. Hey, it was a nothing. What's up?
What's the hurry, Venture? Eh? Something happened over at the Gobi settlement? I don't know why you're so eager to help a bunch of beastmen, but go on and talk to the skipper over yonder. She'll ferry you to Raincatcher Gully.
Okay, bye. Don't know why I needed to talk to you. Anyways. Oh, hey, Braveflocks. I remember you now.
Tongue flaps of Wellscat be reaching ears of Braveflocks. Uplander is come from tasty fresh gobby treats, yes? Quest prize of Uplander deep in long spot. Flighty beast chased Gobby Flock from homes. Gobby Flock needs goodly Uplander give safety to Longstop with much hand lending. Wait. Entrance. Is this another dungeon? What is this? Are you kidding me? After a tiring journey across Eorzea, it is deep within the quiet jungles of Raincatcher Gully where the charismatic and enterprising young goblin Braveflocks Altox chooses to build her tiny empire. What she does not realize, however, is that something else, something sinister, has also made the lush forest its home. Now driven from their rightful claim, Braveflocks and her brethren seek to retake the land and are not above asking the help of lesser races, that would be you, to help them do so. Well, I think that calls it for the night. I was gonna, finish up that little quest line, but they dropped a dungeon on me. I don't know how long this dungeon is, but just finding a party might take, 20 minutes. So, I think that's gonna be it for the night, and I think that's perfectly reasonable, right? Cool, we know exactly what we're doing next time we meet. We're gonna do this dungeon. And I can not even start streaming until I'm already in queue. Awesome. No one has to sit around waiting for me to queue up. I can just cut the VOD, start it right then and there with the entrance opening. I'm excited. I think that will be a pretty legit way to go about it. So, thank you for joining me, everyone. I have been DarcyBits. This has been Final Fantasy XIV: A Realm Reborn. Have a good night.